I figured it out. Hey. Okay, this is weird because my camera's this way and I'm this way. I'm going to switch it just a second. Hope I don't make you sick. There. It's weird looking at yourself. All right, thank you guys for already being here. It made me so excited. This is pretty cool. I'm nervous, and I'm used to I turned my microphone down. Does that help the volume? Because I want it to project real nice. I'm used to sitting in front of 22 children, and they just think I'm amazing, and so I don't have to worry about. I'm not nervous in front of them, but I am nervous in front of all of you adults, especially all of you seasoned live people. So anyway, this is my first live. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm trying to see who I have on here. I have, hey, Kelly. Hey, Shayna. Hey, Sandy. So thank you so much. Who else is on here? I'm not sure what is your name? Stay Unique. And hey, Lakeisha. So thanks, Kelly, for the encouragement of not being nervous. But thank you all for just jumping on. And I will tell you this: I asked for some help, and I know a couple of you have volunteered to be helpers. If you see anything out of the ordinary, I keep getting spam on every time I post a video. I get 2 or 3 people that keep posting pornography links, and I don't know if they've joined my group. I don't even know how to figure out how to get them off my channel, but I don't want to. I mean, right now I've got 2 people away from being 100. So that's really exciting. Anyway, I pre-recorded a video earlier that I'll show you, and I'm going to show you what I did. I stitched out this. I'm from Virginia, if you didn't know that. So I live right on the coast. I actually live in the city called Hampton, Virginia. It is the oldest English settlement in the United States, if you didn't know that, for any of you history buffs. I live right on the peninsula, and our claim to fame is that Captain John Smith landed here and saw the biggest strawberries ever, and when he landed where the Indians lived. And so anyway, I wanted to represent my state, and I have I've got some other things that I've set up. I've tried to get everything set up in advance, and I know this is really hard to watch the comments, and also talk to you at the same time. And I always wondered why people are doing so and so, and it is hard trying to do both. So I'm going to be in your shoes now. Now I know why it is hard for you to do both at the same time. But I will go back and I will look at every single comment, and I will make, and I will answer any questions. I don't know if I can answer any questions or not to anybody. But anyway, let me show you what I'm going to do. I am going to stitch this out, only I'm going to stitch it out with this as an applique behind it. I don't know hopefully you can see that really good, but it has VA all over it. It was this really cool Virginia print that Joanne Fabrics had on sale. And I've did a monogram with it, a scalloped colored or scalloped circle monogram with it. Super cute. But I wanted to do it with the state of Virginia. And then I put my monogram in put my monogram in there, and I kind of, I designed this myself, so I'm excited about this. This is I made my first sample. I'm trying to get samples together to create my Etsy shop, and I haven't done that yet. I really want to focus on working on baby items. I love making children's clothes. I will show you, this is off topic, but I'm going to show you what I've done. This was my first little romper that I made. And of course, I watched Amber with Bingham Bliss multiple times before I jumped into it. But I just have all of this in my mind of all of these different baby clothes. Thanks, everybody, for joining. But anyway, I have all these ideas for these little baby ideas, and I continue making them. And anyway, this was my first one. And I was so excited about it. It's that's going to be one of my samples to go in there. And hey, Kelly, you made a suggestion on one of your videos the other day about how to promote your items and how to do your samples. And I know this is not something you typically do. And I don't like to do this either. However, the reason why I did do this was because since I made this all myself, I wasn't sure how it would stitch out. So I went ahead and I took a junk piece of t-shirt that I've messed up, because that's why I keep making those stitch remover videos, by the way, because I keep messing up. Look at my latest one. I compared 3 different stitch removers that I keep seeing on embroidery blogs and groups talking about these different ones. And hands down, I'm going to tell you, it's worth the extra money to pay for the Peggy Stitch Eraser if you have not gotten one. But anyway, this is on just t-shirt material, so I could see how it's stitched out. And so I'm going to actually put it on this. This is from Walmart, and it's a pink. And if you haven't watched any of my other videos, I am a breast cancer survivor. So mostly what you'll see me in is pink. So I love pink. It represents my 9-year surviving of breast cancer. And I did print out my paper. I've gotten lots of tips from all of you. So if I don't mention you and I don't see everybody that is here right away, please don't, please know that I know you're there. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart that you all showed up. It just was so exciting. I even told my husband, I said, I'm recording a video. So, because half of this room is his room. It's a music room and a sewing room. And I'm not supposed to show you his side. But anyway, I can turn the camera my way to show you my sewing room, my workroom. And because I love seeing all of your workroom and how you have things set up. And there's my machine. I have an Avance 1501C 15 needle, and I'm still learning it. And if something happens to it, it's usually my fault. So hope I'm not making any of you sick. This is my room over my garage, and I have a 2-story garage that is my workroom area. Whoops, did I go too far? I may have gotten too far. Don't look at his side of the room. It's junky. But I'm not going to worry about it. Thanks, Ruby, for subscribing. I might hit over 100 on this live, and there's 12 people watching. Oh, my goodness. And I didn't think anybody was going to show up. I've been busy reorganizing all my fabrics. I keep purchasing all these fabrics for the ideas that I have, and then I can't find it. So I'm trying to work on that. I also have I don't know if you can see way back there where those clear boxes are in that brown cabinet is. Those are my mask supplies. I started out actually from this pandemic making masks. And little back history real quick. I used to own a sewing business when my girls were little, before they started school. And I made curtains. I made Dorothy Ruffle styled curtains. And I could sew those in my sleep. Anyway, I made those for years and years and years. And it afforded me to stay home with my girls while they were young and before they became school age. And then after they became school age, I went out in the workforce. And I started out as the school secretary at my school, and I worked that. And while I was the school secretary, I went to college. And I don't know if any of you heard the podcast from Cindy Mancato. I got married at age 16 to my first husband. I was married to him for 26 years. But anyway, I got married, and I didn't start out the normal way. I didn't go to college right away. I did graduate high school, but I didn't go to college, and I ended up just starting to work. Anyway, while I was at home with my children, I made curtains. I made window treatments of all kinds. And then I just kind of got burned out. And I will tell you, some of you that are new into the business, I am prepared that sometimes you get burnt out by customers. And I just want to give you, put out a good product, have good customer service, And don't get discouraged by negative people, because I think that sometimes negative people are just negative people, and it doesn't matter what you do for them. They're just going to be negative. So don't take it all personally, because as long as you know you're putting out a good product and you're getting good customer service, I think that's all that's important. But I have over the years had customers that absolutely wore me out. So I'm aware of that going into this. Anyway, I started making masks in March or April when the pandemic hit, and I've rebirthed my entire sewing business. And I'm so excited, because this was my mom's dream, was that before she passed away, that I would turn this into an awesome sewing room, because she always wanted me to go back to that sewing. So did I get 100? Oh my goodness. Thank you, everybody. I'm so excited. It feels like 1,000, if you know what I mean. That first 100, that's exciting. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to get started. I ordered a Mighty Hoop. Now, I have not, I'm new to all of this. So I worked with a Brother SE400 since 2015. And I know this because that's when I ordered my aftermarket hoop set. And I'm going to start making some videos on how to sew in a 4x4 area and sew really big things. And I've sewn really big things on that 4x4. And so I thought I'm going to start making some videos on that, because some of you only have a single needle machine and you have a small workspace, and you may not know how you can stretch that workspace. Like, I would monogram full-size names on towels, and it was just the way I digitized it and figured it out using those aftermarket. So anyway, stay tuned for those videos. But anyway, I bought all of these different sets. I got 2 sets that came with my machine. I'm going to try to show them. And most of you probably recognize them. There's a set they gave it. I got a set of 2 of all different kinds of sizes from Coldesi. That's where I got my machine from. And then I purchased the fast frames. So I have the fast frames. I love those a lot. And there's that other hoop, or that frame. And then I also bought these, thinking I was getting the best deal of all. Now, this was not cheap. This was rather expensive when you stop and think about it. However, I'll show you how many of these I got. I got this one, this one, this one. I like this one a lot. I got this one. This one's okay, but it's kind of wonky, because the bigger out they get, the harder they are. I got this one. I've used this one a lot. And then I got these. I'm challenged by these because of the spacing. And if you hit this with your needle, you're breaking your needle, guaranteed. Obviously, I haven't even unpackaged that one. I have not used that one. But this was, I want to say $200 and some for all of those magnetic frames. Now I'm going to say this. Had I known how awesome this was, I wouldn't have bought any of those. I would have bought this one. This is awesome. And I've been so afraid of using it, how to get it separated. I did put it back this way so I wouldn't have such a struggle getting it out. Let's see. So Denise, you only have a 4x4. So hopefully I can, I don't know how long you've used yours. Oh, and you've got it. I don't know how long you've used it, but I'm telling you, the aftermarket set of hoops that they do sell on Amazon is great. And that way you can go ahead and hoop it like you are, you can hoop it as if you were going to stitch it out on that size. And then the way you set your frame up is how you can get that large space. So anyway, I will be showing some videos on how to do that, and it'll be fun. Anyway, and I will tell you, I use some different software. I have Sierra Stitch Error or Liberty Stitch Error. I don't know which name they go by, but I call it Sierra Stitch Error. That's a digitizing software that I purchased along with the machine. It's been very challenging trying to learn how to use it. I Hi, Amber from Bingham Bliss. I just showed my romper. Let me show it to you. This is my little romper that I made. And of course, I went back and you played the entire time and I watched you. And I'm brave and I keep my cutter on because that's how I learned how to use my serger. And I'm afraid not to use the cutter because that's the way I learned how to use that serger. But anyway, welcome. Thank you for joining me. So anyway, where was I? I got distracted by that comment. Anyway, how am I doing? I'm used to asking the kids, how am I doing? Give me a thumbs up, but I can't get a thumbs up because y'all aren't on Zoom. It's funny because that's what I'm used to doing. But I hope I'm good. I hope it's good and I'm not rambling. Anyway, this is amazing. This is so easy to use. So I had purchased a roll of cutaway stabilizer because I have so many different frames, and I went ahead and I pre-cut a bunch of them because now I know this is the size and it fits perfectly. So this is it's not a heavy weight, but it is a good durable stabilizer. So I'm going to start with my stabilizer. Now I have not hooped clothing. So this is going to be a challenge. So I'm going to turn the camera off me because I know you want to look at what I'm doing, not me. All right. So, and if I do something wrong, not that there's anything wrong, but if you guys see something that I could use some help on, give me pointers, please. I've learned so much from you younger people, and I just love how you are carrying out this tradition of sewing. I'm going to use my cart over here as an extra space for me. I did not buy the that ring thing. I will probably order it because I now think I would like it. So I'm going to turn this the right way. I've learned that the short end goes there and the warning goes toward the machine. I'm just going to put my stabilizer. Well, no, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to lay my shirt out first. Thank goodness this shirt has a center line seam in it, so I don't have to find the center. I will tell you that if you have a multi-needle machine, one of the things that I've learned the hard way is to make sure you check to make sure your other part of your fabric is not in the stitch area. That's how I got that shirt from the black shirt that I cut apart. So this is some real thin material. I love this shirt. If you ever want it from Walmart, it's time wise, and actually they're all on sale right now. That's when I just bought this one, and go get it. It's the most comfy shirt, and it's not expensive to begin with. So, but anyway, I learned this. I learned that you need to make sure that you have positioned your fabric underneath the stitch needle, because otherwise you'll sew the back. So I found this plastic plexiglass frame. I'm going to make me a sign so since the machine's all metal, I'm going to put it right there on the machine as a reminder for myself. Now I know that this picture is about right there. So that's about where I want this on my shirt. And like I said, it's easy because I don't have to worry about the center line because it's already marked because of the seam. But I do have this stitch right here. You can't see it really well on the camera, but there is the center mark. So I'm going to place it right here as I'm doing it, just so I want to make sure I get this frame right, because once you snap this frame on there, it's on there. It is on there. And now I'm going to put my stabilizer in. Now that I've got my frame situated exactly where I want it, it will move. And this is probably the reason why I will go ahead and order that stabilizer piece, because of this right here. I'm going to look at some of the comments as I'm scrolling through, or as y'all are scrolling through as I'm trying to do this. Yeah, I'm definitely going to order that because that would have been a whole lot easier if that was already in place and I don't have to worry about that. I saw somebody stitch out it. I think it was little Alessia, not what is her? How do you say her name? From Little Alessia Co. Adelaide. I can't say her name, but she put the hoop on and then she put the stabilizer in after she did that. Can anybody, as the backing holder? Okay, thank you, Amber. Can anybody tell me why Adelaida? Can anybody tell me why she did it that way? Because I mean, I knew it. I'm to a certain degree, I am new at this because I've never had a 15 needle, but she did not hoop her stabilizer with her shirt. So does anybody know? Oh, thank you about the thread. Yeah. Which one is it? Yeah, it's a pretty gray. My brother-in-law made me this thread holder, which I just love. So I can organize all. And of course, I ran out of spaces very quickly. This piece of lint right there. All right, so ready? This is all I have to do. So, ready? Did I do it wrong? Did I do it wrong? Something's wrong. Help me. It didn't snap in place. Am I at the wrong spot? Oh, that's what it was. I was at the wrong spot. I guess that's important. Okay, something is not right. What am I doing wrong, guys? It's not hooking at all. Do I have it in upside down? I'm new. I told Cindy last night I had to up. You know what? I do have it up wrong. It's supposed to go upside down, isn't it? See, I'm new at this. I told her I needed a 101 class on, and she wasn't available when I called earlier. So I guess operator error. Hope y'all are not laughing at me about right now. I learn from mistakes too. You just put the stabilizer under the machine, but over the long arm where the bobbin goes, so it's under the shirt. Thank you, Amber. My magnetic side's wrong. You're right. So it's not necessary. It's just once it starts stitching on, it will just stabilize the fabric. Is that what you're saying? All right, so now it'll work. Well, lesson learned. All right, so that did not turn out really well, did it? Y'all see how that line is? That is really crooked as a dog. I'm going to pop it out. And try again. Telling you, I need some remediation, I think. You know, in the practice with that piece of t-shirt, it worked perfect. It was perfect. All right, I do have a mat underneath here. So I'm going to. Hey, I just bought this today. FYI. Last night on Cindy's live, she had lost her quilting ruler, and I was telling her I lose mine all the time, and I think it's because it's clear. Well, I went to Harbor Freight today and looking for other things. But anyway, they had this little gadget right here. It's a clamp. And I'm like, well, maybe I won't lose it now. And it's nice and handy, but I can get this square off my mat. And it looks like it is square. So I'm going to try again. Oh, that is way better. Can you see it? There you go. That is way better. Way better, way better. Okay, and that's as tight as a drum. All right, so I'm going to take it over to the machine. We'll test my little pattern again, make sure my center mark is right there on my line. I'm going to turn the camera around. All right, so when I ordered this on my other video, I tell everybody, because they don't really have this, my machine listed. And I thought when I bought my machine, it was a fairly popular machine, but it's not really. But anyway, so I ordered one that would fit a Tahima. That's what I was told to use. If I ordered things off that are off market of what it is. Okay. But this is the part I always forget to do. That's why I'm going to make that sign right there and stick it right there and have it as a reminder as to what to do. Because if you miss that part, you're going to stitch your clothes shut. All right. So I'm going to move this to where it's around here. And I've already pre-programmed my